Lords and ladies. Oh, forgot the echo. Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter. I can't actually hear the music right now, but I'm just going to pretend to vibe anyway. Yeah, just tilt this way so I'm at least a little bit centered. Yes, okay. Welcome to MyStreet 5 years later. If you can tell, I'm in a slightly different location to normal, surrounded by a bunch of things that I have that have been brought back with me, because I've returned home to the place of my somewhat roots. Oh, you're saying let me in. All right. I guess I've got the one person watching me on Twitch today is going to also be my guest. This bodes well. And yes, I managed to not be one of those YouTubers who drops out of college. I did the whole thing. That's what happened. That was how it went down. Yeah, if you think I'm not being as enthusiastic as I should be about that, that's because now there's other people around. So my dad has got an early work commute tomorrow, so I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, make sure that sound does not travel that far. So welcome to the ASMR edition of MyStreet 5 years later. This is an ASMR video called YouTuber tries not to wake his parents in the other room. To be fair, a relatable situation. But that's not what we're here to do today. We are here to take a look at MyStreet 5 years later, and we are tackling a video which I have downloaded but did not actually load onto here, so give me just a second. There it is. I cleared my storage earlier today. So there we go. So we're looking at Omega today. Season 2, episode 29 of Phoenix Drop High. And this one has Daniel in the thumbnail. And if you remember from last episode, things are not going too well for our dear small being / surrogate little brother. So yeah, this is not seeming to be shape up to be the best. But oh well. Since Susan can't do anything anymore, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So without further distraction, I've got cashews today instead of popcorn because I forgot to get popcorn before I left Liverpool. But I've got my classic 5 years later at-home mug, so I'm in a good position. So here we go. Without further distraction, on with the reaction. Oh, we've got the battle music right off the bat. Okay. Are we going to see Aaron show up? Is that why there's battle music here? Because normally it's when Aaron shows up to combat when this actually happens. Usually. There we go. See? Told you. Told you it was Aaron. I know the musical themes. Oh, no bandana. He's here to ultra mode out in his sort of Season 1 hoodie. Remake Season 1 hoodie from 2 years down the line.
Hey!
I'm outside. Where do you want to meet?
You're really here? Oh man, awesome! Meet me at the side of the school opposite the running track. Half-Mel's on that side setting up the games.
Got it.
Did he tell Aaron about the games? I don't think he did. I don't know. I really hope that Dottie and Rylan aren't too disgruntled about the fact they have to rebuild the games again, because they built the entire thing last time. They didn't even use them. Or well, they did, but they did nothing. They didn't improve anything.
Aphmau. You really should take it easy.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have students unsupervised using hammers and nails. That's really a bad idea. Also, it's slightly unfair to have Aphmau allowed to set up the werewolf games as well as compete in them. That feels like a conflict of interest, but what do I know? I'm not engrossed in werewolf culture, and Aphmau clearly knows what she's talking about. Anyways, hi Maya.
Hi.
All right, my Twitch viewership is officially halved now, but that's fine. I was just saying how there's 3 underage students using hammers and nails with no supervision.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. We used to like we had like woodworking classes and stuff with like subs who were like totally unqualified, and they'd just keep working and stuff like that. Like you would have the
At least there was someone there, right? Someone to supervise.
Okay, but what about like the prop crew and stuff like that? Like the like groups, like because there would be like, so the director is there, but the director is really working with all the actors and just kind of left the stage crew to do whatever they do.
To be fair, that is how most theaters work, but not when you're managing children. I was in my school they had different people doing those. There was like somebody who was like in charge of stage management, and then we also had the director who was doing something else.
Yeah, sometimes we would just have the director and no actual supervision.
You know, the more that I learn about American high schools, the more they terrify me. But yeah.
And the thing is, we have bigger things to worry about.
Yes, and that's even worse.
Let us finish up the rest.
No, I'm going to help set this up. The games are going to happen today.
Today?
The game is afoot. Wait, did you not tell me what's happening today? Did you not say what? Aphmau?
What if someone's like absent and they really wanted to participate?
Oh, I think it's just Aphmau and Ian this time. So unless Ian doesn't show up, then it's happening today, I guess. I guess Aphmau doesn't want to wait any longer. He's not even going to wait to recover from her physical exhaustion from setting up the games, thereby putting herself at a disadvantage. But
yeah.
You know, I guess considering how bad Ian is at planning, it must run in the family.
Yes. The sooner Ian is not alpha, the better.
But Alpha...
That's right, Ian. I challenge you today. First thing we're gonna do is 100-meter sprint. Off we go.
You're pushing yourself too hard to set this up.
Yeah, will you have enough strength to challenge him today?
Thank you, Rylan.
I'm so tired and done.
Yes, it does matter. If you want to win, you need to make sure that you're strong enough.
Done with the werewolves fighting each other. This will end today.
Yeah, or you'll lose and you'll have to become his girlfriend, and then that'll be even worse. Then he'll have more power. I know. Yeah. Oh, see, there's the vomit I would expect from any Ian Mao ideas.
Look, Ian Mao's great, but like not right now.
Just
when then?
In fan fiction and in art.
Oh, so it's like Drarry.
No, Drarry is great even in the books.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, no, Draco is an awfully toxic person, and Harry did the right thing turning him down on the first day of school.
Yeah, but he could get better.
But he didn't in the books. Therefore, by your own logic, no.
He could.
All he did was go on a massive downward spiral over the years. Partly induced by Harry, but also just by his own personality and his family and everything that was going on.
Yeah. So, like, if in theory we, like, killed off Lucius, he'd be great.
Well, Lucius did get arrested, and he wasn't exactly good after that, was he? So...
Well, he was already long gone by then.
Oh, so you're saying kill off Lucius, like, before the book starts? Like, you know,
yes.
Like, before his first year?
Yes.
So it's just like, my father will hear about... Oh, wait, no. The whole time. He just convinced himself his father's alive.
Okay, so... Wait, were they...
Sad,
yeah, because Harry was born, and that shit was all... that stuff was all going on already.
Yeah.
So, in theory, if Lucius got arrested the first time around,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Narcissa
Yeah.
would have like found a way out of that, or at least
Uh-huh.
tried to, because she wasn't exactly the biggest fan of it.
No, yeah, that's true. That is true.
Uh,
But of course,
much better influence.
all of that leads me to say that yes, if we once again, this character pairing is great if we change what makes the character at their very core and center. That's never gonna work for me. I'm
Well,
sorry, it
Alpha?
just doesn't.
Didn't mean to make you mad.
I'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you guys.
Is it just me or is Aphel rolled up her sleeves? Every time that Ada's not here, I comment on skins. I apparently.
It's just, I want there to be peace with the werewolves at school.
We're just worried about your health, Alpha.
Yeah, we don't want you to push yourself.
Guys. You know what? Maybe I will take a break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's so early in the day. And if I'm challenging him, I do need my rest.
Yeah, let us do some of the work.
We're on it.
What do you mean some of the work? You're doing the work already. What do you mean?
Maybe they're just standing there with hammers for moral support.
Well, I mean, last time they set the games up entirely by themselves. I mean, they're not like Brendan that needs like supervision to do his job.
Well, we didn't always need supervision.
Don't work too hard.
No, I guess not.
We won't work
won't.
too hard.
Hey, F.
Morning, Casey.
Morning. What are you doing out here so early?
I guess it's before class.
We're setting up for the werewolf games going on. It's really important.
Ah, I see. Looks like it's gonna be intense.
This sounds like a replacement actor. Who is this doing Casey's voice? I think it's normally Kellen Goff, but I don't think it's.
In terms of voice acting, I need to remember to record these lines for Aiden that I was supposed to get to him yesterday.
Wait, what? But what lines are you giving?
I gotta voice some grandma.
Some grandma? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I told him.
Well, the grandma voice, kind of nasally, like, oh yes, this is my grandma. Wait, actually, it's terrible right now because it's also with the throat, and my throat's awful. But you know.
Yeah, literally, my throat hurts so much because I think I gave myself an ear infection at a pool party, like from swimming. And the pool party was at 12 in the morning, like midnight.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was up till.
I recorded all of well, most of my old songs and redid them within the span of like 3 days. So I'm shattered. It hurts to swallow sometimes. But yes, for a grandmother voice, normally a little bit more high-pitched, but also very shaky. I don't know. That's probably what he's
Yeah, but then I also have to sing with the grandma voice, and I'm like, what are you thinking? Why, like, what?
You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the field.
I should just go to my house and get my sister to record these, because she played an outstanding grandma. She had that cranky grandma thing down, except this grandma's not really cranky.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh, apparently it's Keeper Walker. Oh, that's who it was. It wasn't Kevin Goff. That was somebody else. Yeah, so it is the normal Keeper Walker, I guess. I know. Just kind of sounds a bit more like Rock Lee than usual.
Yeah, it is.
Especially with that chainsaw they're putting up.
Johnny! Rylan!
How did that happen in the span of 30 seconds? There is no way.
Ignore that.
They're werewolves.
Speaking of ignoring, I'm sorry to bring this up, and if it seems rude, then I'm sorry about
I am sorry to bring this up, Casey.
that too.
Huh?
Caitlin was talking about you the other day and how you've been feeling down lately. So, I've been trying to call you to see if you wanted to hang out sometime, but you haven't been answering your phone, so I was wondering if I did something wrong.
If you did... Oh,
Oh yeah, nah, my phone just got stolen. It's fine.
see? No, you haven't done anything wrong. It's just, my phone was stolen from me.
Stolen from you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Two werewolves took it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I honestly think Ian has it.
Ian? Oh, he's the alpha.
He's just a werewolf. I'm not too fond of him.
I mean, he is
He's
also
been a
the
real
alpha,
jerk
but
to me
yes.
lately.
F? Are you crying?
Huh? No! I'm sorry, Casey.
It's interesting. She's able to keep it together with all the werewolves, but then as soon as a human comes along, she actually breaks down. Interesting, letting go of the barriers. It's like moving my camera around so much. I'm trying to adjust so that those lights at the top there are casting what looks like aliens coming after me.
Oh my god.
Let's bring that up.
I have this problem with what ifs as well. I'm not in my room currently. When I've filmed old what ifs, most of the lighting came down like that.
Do you have a garage?
I'm just...
I mean, yes, but whether or not honestly, maybe the signal will get there because my dad just bought a bunch of Wi-Fi boosters, so yeah, could do. I don't know. Probably not the best space to record, but I don't know. We'll see.
frustrated. Anyway, we can totally hang out sometime. Maybe next week?
Sure, I'll catch you around later, and we'll talk about details and stuff, okay?
Thanks for understanding, Casey.
Well, that's Ryden's hand's come off, I guess.
Daddy, put that down!
God.
I'm sorry, Casey, I have to take care of this.
So it was So Dottie is using the chainsaw on Ryden. Are they testing it out on themselves? And and for the record, these are meant to be the non-violent werewolves, right?
I'll talk to you
They
later.
were never said to be smart.
That is also true.
She was crying.
I mean, they kind of were. They're kind of average when they were first introduced, and then Afmal dumbed them, all three of them down.
What did that Ian guy do to her?
He
Fight,
stole
fight,
the phone.
fight.
That's exact. You heard it already.
You honestly have no idea how happy I am you're here. Things haven't been good at all.
Hello, hooded grown man in a school.
Where's Afmal?
Just
She's
take
running
the
the
shirt
werewolf
off, and
games
then you're
today,
like
so she's been
the
hard at...
MCD Mr.
Oh yeah,
Man.
yeah, shirtless. Okay, fine. Hello, shirtless grown man in a school. Much better. Thank you for fixing that.
work on the obstacle course.
Werewolf games?
Yeah, she made them up. It's her way to have the werewolves compete with each other without having to fight. Ian and her are in the games, but a few other werewolves are going to play as well.
Oh,
Why? I thought this was between her and Ian.
It is!
he brings up a very good point.
And if she beats Ian, he has to step down. But we still have to have an alpha male, so others are competing for this. Honestly, it helps her in the long run, but she...
So essentially, the werewolf games before were a complete and utter waste of time.
Yep.
Mostly thanks to Aaron, in fact.
She's a real mess.
How so?
She's just worn out. You should have seen how she took care of all the werewolves throughout the year. At first, she wasn't a great alpha. She kinda let things go, but she really grew
But Ian's really letting things go now. Like he's doing nothing.
into her position. After Ian stepped up as alpha male, well, that really undid all her hard work.
What do you mean?
Aside from you, Afmal was our first human alpha. She really brought out the best in everyone. She taught a lot of us how to talk out our frustrations.
The fighting needs to end. If that's all people see us
Now
for,
the
then that's
therapist.
Absolutely, yeah. Can relate.
all that we'll become.
I couldn't agree more, but honestly, I don't know how to stop it aside from fighting. I've tried to use my words, but when someone comes at me, I have to defend myself, man.
I mean, that's fair. The last time that someone came at you was like 5 guys at once. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Let me take care of the fighting. I don't go here anymore, so the werewolves can't place blame on me.
That's not how that works! What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Police officer. I don't go here anymore, so therefore I can't be convicted. Thank you
You know,
very
it just
much.
makes it even more illegal usually.
This is
But
what
hey.
happens when Derek should have learned this. This is what happens when you shelter your child. They have no concept of how the world works.
Yeah.
If you're going to be alpha, you should lead by example and not use your fists.
Sounds like you've got a plan.
Something like that.
I was like, you should leave us up and not use your fist. Unlike me, when I was alpha, when I got into 4 fights in the first week of school.
All ears, man.
You're going to win the werewolf games, Blaze.
Huh?
Blaze, you need to become alpha.
Me? But how am I gonna do that?
The exact same way you did last time. You know, when you participated in the werewolf games.
You're gonna have to enter the werewolf games.
Right, gotcha!
Again, the thing... See, this Atlas dumbing down everyone. All of her characters lose their brain cells the more they stay in the series.
Seriously though, how am I going to do that? There's no way I can win the games if Ian is competing. He's just...
Why not? You said yourself he's not that strong, and, you know, strength is also like a physical capability, so it stands for he's not that athletic either, and this is all about athleticism. So you can actually very easily win.
He's going to get his lackeys to trip me up or something. He isn't exactly known to play fair. I feel bad for all the others competing.
Ian won't be there. I'll make sure of it.
How?
I mean, the point is to challenge him, so he kind of... I thought he would have to be, but sure. Okay.
I'll keep Ian away from the games while they're going on. If he doesn't show up, then people will see him for the coward that he is. All you need to do is participate and win.
But why me?
Blaze, you've shown that you've cared about everyone. You've been helping half without even being asked. You've called for help when you needed it. You'll make a great alpha.
Yes, unlike the last alpha guy that I picked, who filled the exact same criteria, except for I know you slightly better. So I'm going to trust my second random act of character judgment.
And then later on, he makes fun of Blaze for not being able to be alpha.
Yeah, which by the way, how does that even work? Like, there is no way I think that Aaron would have got that, like, in the traditional challenging sense of alpha, there's no way that Blaze would have lost against Aaron while he's recovering.
Aaron's OP. He's gonna win. He's got that protagonist armor and stuff.
Well, yes, but he also had several gashes to the chest and a bunch of other wounds that took him a year to recover. He couldn't walk the first 5 months or 7 months. I know that for a fact because I've been watching Athel's year.
Okay, well, it seems a little low-handed to attack a guy who can't move.
Well, yes, but that's another issue with it. Why would Blaze challenge him during that time? Unless he was...
He would have challenged him after he could move. And to dumb things, like beer pong or something.
Actually, you know what? I would have loved to have seen that, but they didn't imply it was anything else. I would have loved it if it was like yelling in debate or something. Like, you know, the your feelings thing was like consistent.
There's probably there should have been a challenge like who can guess Aaron's girlfriend or something.
What do you mean who can guess Aaron's girlfriend?
Well, Aaron was unconscious. The rest of the werewolves that showed up should have been playing a game of who can guess Aaron's girlfriend. Because they all knew Aphmau. But
Yes,
then they forgot about Aphmau.
They would have all said Aphmau.
But they all forgot about Aphmau.
Actually, no, they didn't. In Aphmau's year, they actually showed up and they talked about how close Aaron and Aphmau were before. So they knew.
I don't know.
I mean, Daniel remembered the event that's going to happen today in this episode, actually.
Yes, but this is very, very memorable. And who assumes
Unlike
that
Aphmau, who was around for years. Unlike Aphmau was around for years and led the school with...
Well, yeah, but who thinks that someone who they do, quote-unquote dated in high school is still dating, 20 years later or whatever?
Honestly, surprisingly, everyone who knew Aphmau and Aaron, they always just assumed that for ages. For several years. Up to some point of season 1, they were like, hey, there's something going between you and Aaron, isn't there? It's like, what?
That, doesn't make any sense.
Welcome to MyStreet.
I'm glad that someone like you will be alpha. Now, do you think you can win the games?
Absolutely! Leave it to me! But...
A second ago, you weren't even going to take part. What do you mean?
Is there anything else I can do to help?
I'll challenge him in the gym before the games. Just make sure that Aphmau stays out of this. She doesn't need to know about me being here, or our...
As Aaron pointed out, he had to step down as up when he left the school, so how would he be able to challenge him again?
Plan to help her. I want it to be like I was never here at all.
Absolutely.
I mean, you certainly tried that last time, but you left her flowers and a new alpha to deal with. You're not the most inconspicuous person in the world, Aaron.
Thanks. Now, what time are the games?
After school, around 3:30.
Gotcha. I'll keep Ian from the games.
So Athmar is going to spend all of the school day just building the set.
You go and win
There's no way she's not going to be exhausted. It doesn't matter how many breaks you take.
them.
Wait,
On it.
was he telling him to beat Aphmau?
Well, I mean, I think the implication is that anyone who enters the games and is a male will then switch out to the alpha male position and not to dethrone Athmar.
But still.
Side note, I don't know. I'm really hoping to see Maria again. Is she going to try and step up now?
Again, thank you so much.
Now, to make sure Ian stays away from the games.
Is this that episode?
I think so. Or at least the start of it.
So you excited for the werewolf
I
games?
love his ears, the purple ones, and the purple
I'm
eyes.
excited for Aphmau to be my girlfriend.
Are you really that confident you can beat her?
And also, is that really all you care about? Like, my goodness, I know all guys are in love with Athmar in this universe, but still, you take it too far.
She's a human. Of course I'm going to beat her. She has no chance of standing up to me in the games.
Again, athleticism.
Yeah, but no one ever thought a human would become alpha. And here we are 1 year later.
Look, if she starts to win, we'll just have to make sure she doesn't. I have so many werewolves on my side, she won't stand a chance.
Speaking of which, Ian, something we wanted to ask you about.
Well, it just seems kind of weird that you want her to be your girlfriend.
I was about to say that as a joke and pause him halfway through the sentence, but no, that was legitimately what I was thinking.
I mean, we don't like humans, right? Why is having her be your girlfriend a big deal?
Control.
Huh?
Even though a lot of werewolves look up to me, they still love her. I don't know why. She's nothing special. But still.
Oh, wow, that's the line that Aiden tells me all the time, like when he tries to say that Kai sucks. That's the line that he brings up that Kai said later on.
They do. I simply cannot dismiss her, or I won't have all of the respect I deserve.
I mean, this is fair for right now, but what's your excuse in Emerald Secrets?
Which is why when she's mine, I can control everything.
Nice.
Except dating someone
For a
doesn't
second there,
mean
we
you can't
thought you
break
had-
up.
No, yeah, that's a good point. All she said was that all that Athmar said was you agreed to be Ian's girlfriend. She said nothing about anything else.
Had the hots for some human.
In fact, actually, but a loophole that I mentioned in a previous episode is that she could become Ian's girlfriend for a second and then break up with him. That would technically not violate any single clause that she set out.
Yep.
She's not
Especially if
perfect.
there's no contingency, like if you
She
stop
had
or
the ears
whatever.
and tail.
Yeah, again, both Athmar and Ian are terrible at making plans. It must run in the family.
She might
Yep.
be.
You want us
Except
to
is it
twist
really
her ankle?
family?
Then she won't.
Well, apparently it was a red herring that they didn't have time to resolve, even though it was very clearly indicated in the episode when Michael revealed it.
Well, but did she get any like hate or anything for like having an entire season that was almost about incest?
Well, I'm going to assume yes. Granted, I wasn't the most vocal like reader of the comments. This was around the time I started doing the Athmar wiki, so I was most directly with people over there, which kind of doing their own thing for the most part. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that came up in conversation. Not least because obviously there's a bunch of Ian Mal shippers that wouldn't have been comfortable carrying on after that as well. So there are some like actual proper reasons, there's some that are less so, but still reasons. So yeah, I don't think it was a popular decision. I think it was more like, oh, she thought this would be a good idea, but then realized, oh wait, everyone hates this. Let's back out. I don't know.
Won't be able to compete in the games.
Or we can make her fall on her face.
Keep that in mind. I may need it later in the...
Don't you even think about it!
What the
Huh?
You two told me you sensed no one here!
Oh.
We didn't. He must have been quiet like a mouse or something.
I heard everything! How?
I mean, I should say, the werewolves are built up to have like incredible like hearing and noses to the point where they call them snooters, and it's also sort of implied that they're the only creatures with noses in this entire Aphmau universe, because at one point Aaron like embarrassingly like admits that he has a nose. It's like a whole big thing. He goes like, I have a snooter. Like, you have what? A nose? It's like, yeah, of course you do. What do you mean? But so yeah, depending on whether or not they're the only ones with noses in this universe, they should have at least smelled or heard Casey. There's no way that could have gone under everyone's radar.
How dare you talk about treating someone like that? That isn't right at all! I heard everything you said about Aphmau. It's not right. No wonder she hates you.
Don't make me use the 8 gates on you.
Hate is such a powerful word.
Well, you deserve it!
Back down, human.
No, I won't. You're a bad person, and I'm gonna...
You're such a meek human. What are you even going to do? You?
I demand satisfaction.
It turned red.
Hey, you left a mark.
Slapped me.
It 100% looked like a punch. Sounded like a slap, but looked like a punch.
Yeah. But, well, fast forward 15 years and you slap someone else, Ian, so, you know.
We can take care of him.
No.
Huh?
He's weak.
You know, I know we talked about Jerry before, but actually this is a fair comparison. Ian is like Draco in many ways. He gets his lackeys to beat people up. They're much more physically directing than he is, but because of his prestige, they follow his every word. There's also 2 of them. He's a supremacist, not for pure-blooded wizardry, but for pure-blooded werewolves in this instance, and can only appreciate people in their perfect werewolf forms, and nobody else. So
Lies.
yeah, actually,
Draco is insecure.
Oh, and not only that, but also, you know who's also who have been insecure? Ian as the Omega, craving all this power for so long, and also not only that, but they both have very strained relationships with their fathers. Considering that Ian's father, or his presumed father, literally called him a monster. Not to his face, but the sentiment was still there.
He did actually kidnap his prized possession of a daughter, blah blah blah. Who he just clearly he cared about his daughter, and then this idiot slapped his daughter. So
yeah, he also said that he couldn't be saved. And yeah, meanwhile, Lucius wasn't exactly the kindest to Draco, and didn't exactly live up to his father's expectations a lot of the time, even though he desperately tried to do so.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And they both launched themselves young and inexperienced, full force into a world they didn't understand under a great magical ruler trying to take over the world. They are very similar.
Yeah, but the relationship with their fathers is different. Very, very different, in my opinion.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, oh. I don't know what that was. That was on your end, I think. Okay, we'll see in a second. I'll put a foot in that for now. Let's see.
I'll take this one.
What? Oh!
Nice punch.
I'm not done yet.
There we go. They couldn't air it on TV because it was so brutal. I should have gone punch.
That took forever. I'm just glad we have everything ready for after school. Dottie, what time is it?
It's 1 o'clock.
1? We missed lunch.
No worries. I have some buns.
Did you steal those again?
Nope, not this time. I brought my own. Look, I even have weenies.
Of course, yeah, I was about to say.
Oh my gosh, I love weenies. Can I have one?
Sure.
We do.
There's plenty more where that came from.
Awesome, thank you so much!
So, Alpha, there's a lot of werewolves competing now. Are you sure you want to do this?
Positive. Besides, as long as I beat Ian, that's all that matters.
That's a fair point, actually. The only debate is whether Athmal beat Ian. Anyone else doing they can do whatever the heck they want.
Speaking of buns, where's Daniel?
Good question.
He's only asking this now. They've been out there for hours since the start of school. Why is it the only person who's pointing out Daniel? Come on. Show us for being your little brother.
Probably couldn't get out of class.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten the best grades lately, so he probably couldn't get out.
Oh, weirdly consistent, actually. Because we found out later that Daniel didn't study enough to graduate at the same time as everyone else. So, actually, yeah, interesting.
Aw, I understand. Anyway, let's eat and then set up the rules. We got a lot of work to do.
You haven't set the... I guess that makes sense, actually. But you just placed a bunch of articles, then set the rules up.
I'm so sorry you have to.
Oh, that's why he didn't actually... do as, he didn't take off the hoodie before. Because he's actually going to pass as a student. Again, making this even more illegal.
To go through this.
Just staring at his phone. Didn't even what? Oh, is he trying to call Ian now? And
What's this? Still blood on my hand. Whatever. Now, let's see.
Hello?
This guy Aaron again? Jeez, he's so desperate to know what he did wrong. What a loser. What do you want?
Wait, you're texting me back? That means you found your phone.
Huh? What is he talking about?
Oh, I like how he's playing him now, actually.
What? Better respond with something generic. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad you found it. I was really worried when you told me you lost it last night. I'm glad we cleared things up.
Ooh, power move, Aaron. I like where this is going.
What? They talked? Darn it. This isn't good.
By the way, I'm rooting for you. The guy you were talking about sounds like a total loser. I bet you could kick his butt any day.
He talked about me without my permission?
Okay, even this was like a stretch even for Ian. Because of course he's going to come up in conversation. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not allowed to speak about Ian. Like, that was never raised before.
Ugh. Calm down. I still have the upper hand as long as I play it safe. I know what I said, but I'm still scared of the werewolf games. Ian is tough.
Well, he said his own name now. Aaron couldn't even said that, but yeah.
Yeah, but you could absolutely take him. Are you, still planning on fighting him in the gym before the werewolf games?
Fight me in the gym? I haven't heard anything about this. I think...
You should. But remember, don't challenge him to his face. Start the rumor that you said you're gonna challenge him in the gym before the werewolf games. That way the rumor can spread. And then when he doesn't show up, everyone will think he's a total coward. He'll be at the werewolf games waiting for you when you're actually ready to fight him. No one will respect him then.
This is why Aaron's the smart one out of the two of them. Now he is redeeming himself for his past, his past terrible idea of putting Ian on the spot, like his assumptions and everything. Like, all those jokes we've been making so far, yeah, I'm gonna have to take that back soon. Like, this is something else.
That's absolutely underhanded! How dare she! She thinks I'm some kind of fool!
Sounds something you would do, actually. And, fittingly enough, I know that Maya's not here right now, it sounds like the Midnight Duel plan that Draco had in the first book.
This is a good plan.
Yep, just like we talked about last night. Remember, you can do this, Af. I believe in you.
Disgusting. Yeah, I believe in me too.
Talk to you later.
I mean, that's more confidence than Aphel normally gives herself, so there's something.
So, she's planning on starting a rumor, is she? One that's going to make me look bad. She's not expecting me to show up, but when I do, the look on her face will be priceless.
Okay, again, we don't need this part. But you know what? Aaron, you get a Levi drink for playing a player. Amazing. Marvelous.
I'll even show up early and scare her out of her mind. Then we'll fight.
I have a story to tell at this point. Once upon a time, when my mum was a wee little kid, going to, I think it was probably secondary school for the first time. She was kind of a bit like an Aphmau in a sense, except for without the feistiness, any sort of feistiness at all, apparently. And at one point, as a bit of a underhanded, with a bit of humor going on, humor in quotes, of course. There was somebody who came up to her and said that this particular girl wanted to fight her. This was a particular older girl, and much tougher and much more, assumingly tough. So she was scared out of her mind. So what happened was, she went home. She got talking to her siblings. My two uncles were giving her advice about how to actually do the best fighting moves and stuff. And my aunt actually stepped in and went, "Okay, here's what you do. Go up to her with full confidence and say what you and say, 'I'm looking for a fight. Here I am.'" And of course, she was terrified to do this, but I guess I get my theatricality from somewhere. She went up and did this to the actual girl, and then, seeing that confidence, the girl actually backed down. She was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not what I said. I have no idea." Then later on, she actually saw her a bunch of times in the grocery store, avoided her, but then eventually came up with one time she couldn't actually avoid talking to her. And she said, "Oh, hey, you're the girl I wanted to fight." I was like, "Oh, well, she did want to fight," but she didn't say that out loud. She said, "Yeah, what was that about?" She said she didn't remember. So to this day, it is still mostly mystery, but I think we all know what happened here. So, yeah, moral of the story is that, using undead attack to make someone prove to be a coward doesn't always work. Although, of course, it's before the days of stolen mobile phones and rumors spreading like that, so much simpler to resolve. But, well, it's fine. Aaron's plan reminded me a bit of that, actually. Ian's inadvertently playing the role of my mum in this instance, but but for entirely different reasons. It's like the reverse, like a mirror image of
that. He has no idea who will really be waiting for him.
Again, we don't need this part. We get what's going to happen. It's understood. Both of you are explaining way too much.
I'll have to wait to head in. If Mr. Gavin finds me, my father will never let me hear the end of it.
Again, you think you can smell Mr. Gavin, but, no snoozer, I guess, yet. What even are noses?
Looks like everyone's starting to show up.
Yeah. Well, we still got a while to wait before we begin. School just let out.
We'll make sure everything is ready.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I know I can win. I have to win.
That's right. And we'll be here cheering you on all the way.
Yeah. And when Daniel gets here, we'll be so loud that Ian will mess up.
Yeah!
And Daniel will bring his mum, who's a doctor, because we need medical attention for all the exertion you've given. Also, I found Jeff, right there in the corner.
Yeah! Thanks, guys. Looks like the others who are gunning for Ian's spot are showing up too. This is gonna be intense.
Hey, Af! Man, you look tired. Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm ready to challenge Ian.
Dude'll probably show up late.
Blaze!
Hey, Dottie! Rylan? Where's the other dude that hangs out with you guys? Daniel?
Oh, Daniel? He's probably in the locker rooms. He has gym classes his last period, so he'll probably be here any minute.
Ooh,
Are you
gym
kidding me,
class.
Dottie?
I remember that.
Daniel takes forever to get dressed. He waits until everyone is gone.
No, I totally get that. I feel the same way.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Season 1, she did the exact same thing. The way everyone else was gone. Unfortunately, that's when Ivy called her to got detention. I like all these details, like these little bits of callbacks and foreshadowings. It feels like this is the point when Apple was actually thinking about the law she created rather than just, and trying to ignore the parts where she, properly messed up.
Wait, Daniel's near the gym?
I'll challenge him in the gym before the games.
I need to go somewhere real quick. Be
Again, we don't need the flashback. We know what's going to happen.
right back!
You can't go now, Blaze. The games are about to start. If you leave, you can't enter.
But I... okay. But I need to make a phone call real quick.
Okay, but don't take too long.
Is that all you got? Bring it. You'll pay for looking at me weird.
Stop
Wow.
fighting now.
Huh?
You both heard me.
Aaron?
You aren't our alpha anymore. We can do as we want. So stand down and...
Oh, really? Let me just go beep, beep, whoosh. Close enough.
You?
I guess they just forgot how strong he was and why he became alpha, but yeah. Okay.
You guys better leave me alone or I'll be forced to hurt you.
Aw, don't be like that. We just wanted to talk and see if you wanted to.
Going to what? Also, Maria, are you not going to challenge for alpha female ever? What's the point?
She said leave her alone. Now
I know what they're trying to do here, but this has the unfortunate side effect of Aaron proving that violence is still the way to solve stuff with werewolves, which is the whole thing that Apple was trying not to do.
stand down.
Huh? That was... Aaron.
And also, not only that, but it also means that Aaron has now entered into a public school and just beaten up 4 teenagers. We'll just add that to the non-existent list of crimes in this series. And that's crime number 53. Quinton reviews, joke.
Blaze.
There she is. Thought you could outsmart me, you little...
Yep, not quite, but...
I challenge you, Ian.
What the... Oh, this should be fun.
Love that. I gave another the trick already, but yeah, would do that otherwise. Like and share if you want more, with a very long thinking shot. Well. That was a fun one. That was a fun ride. It's interesting that it's called Omega, and yet the only time the Omega shows up is right at the very end. They kept him out of it on purpose. Granted, I did the exact same thing with Marwin during his birthday party, so I can't exactly complain too much about that. But yeah, that's quite something. As for the episode itself, apart from the over-explanation there, I love the way this is all shaping up. there's a healthy balance between awful plans, god-awful ones, and then, Aaron actually coming in and, for the most part, doing good and showing how it's supposed to be done, except for beating up 4 teenagers. That part is still very, very weird. But despite that, I think you saw from Maya's reaction how much of this is great fan service as well. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that, absolutely. I am going to have to cut things here. I hope that Maya doesn't mind too much that I'm going to wrap up the stream. I am interested to hear more about our thoughts about how Draco and Ian's father-son dynamic is, different to each other. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a comparison between Ian and Malfoy. I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, what if there's a fan fiction out there about, about Harry being secretly a Malfoy child, and Lily and James just adopted to try and keep safe, and it horrifically backfired. I'm going to run that one by Maya, see what she thinks. But for now, I'm going to wrap things up. Whilst, of course, looking to see when the next one... Oh, wait, no, I checked already, actually. It's June the 1st. We're back here on June the 1st to have a look at We Held On Fast, the episode where Aphmau commits a race crime, I think, and dresses up as a werewolf. But we shall see. I don't know what the rules are around that. It's very weird. Again, much more so than this. So we're going to see. So thanks everyone for watching, and please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. As you've done already, I will see you all, or at least a few people who actually show up on Twitch instead of on the YouTube videos. I will see you all next time on June the 1st. Same time, same place, 5 years later. And on that note, until next time,